All hail Biafra. This is Biafra Liberation Army Network coming to you again. Please do subscribe, like, share, and comment.
Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has sent a strong message to South African government, warning them to stay away from a conflict between Biafra and Nigeria after the news of Chief of Defense seek stronger ties with South African Defense Force. Now, we're going to read what the Chief of Defense Staff seeking reinforcement ties with armed forces of South Africa and Nigeria to come together towards fighting the conflict or the fight that is going on between Nigeria and Biafra. That's what triggers Prime Minister Simon Ekpa to send warning to South African government, warning them to stay clear. Not only will he fight the Zulu government, he will send Biafran Defense Forces to South Africa, and they promise that none of them will go back safe. This, the news, we're going to read first the news from Nigeria, Daily Post. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Mustafa, has called for the enforcement of ties between the armed forces of Nigeria and the South African National Defense Force towards addressing the multi-factored security challenges dwelling in the African continent. Musa made the call during an official visit to South African National Defense Force General Randozini Mampowenyi. If I didn't pronounce it very well, please bear with me. In Pretoria, South Africa. A statement by Acting Director of Defense and Information Brigadier General Tuk Gwazo on Tuesday in Abuja described the meeting as a panacea to address the multi-factored challenges bewildering the continent. Now, after this, we don't want to go deep and all that. After this news broke out, Prime Minister now reacted to this news, and this is the warning that Prime Minister sent to South African government. Now, this is coming from Prime Minister's handle. I call on South Africa to stay away from the conflict. My promise to South African forces is that if you join forces with Nigerian terrorist state to fight Biafra, I will order the Biafran Defense Force, BDF, to specially target your troops, and you will never return to South Africa. It is a promise. Stay out of this. We will not only bring Nigeria to its knees, but will destroy the terrorist state beyond repair. Nigeria can never stand after this generation of Biafran fighters. Ooh, Prime Minister, well said. So this message goes to South African government and their army personnel or government or whatever that are planning to join ties or join hand or enforcement to fight Biafran army. Prime Minister has warned them that they should stay clear from this fight between Biafra and the Nigerian government. They should stay out of this. They should not even try or venture to work with Nigerian terrorist army against Biafra, because they will receive it with water. They will receive it hot. And I don't even know why South Africa should do that. If this really what they are planning to do, they should now stop it. They should not even try to do that. They should not try to do that. They know what is freedom. They fought freedom to be where they are today, South Africa. So if Biafrans are doing the same thing, fighting for their own freedom, South Africa that have got experience of apartheid or discrimination or freedom should not even try to work with the Nigerian army that are buying Biafrans. Why Biafrans are defending themselves and trying to free from Nigeria. So South Africa, I hope South African government will listen and will hear this message from Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, warning them to stay clear. Not only will he, fight the Nigerian terrorist army, but also the South African army, they will receive it hot. So I want South African government to listen to us, our prime minister, and do the needful. Don't sign any tie. Don't sign any agreement with the Nigerian terrorist state to fight Biafra. Biafrans are fighting for their own freedom, as South Africans fought their freedom from the white apartheid country. So the same thing, Biafrans are doing the same thing. So South Africa should not even try to join hand, fight people or states that are fighting for their freedom. I think this message is very clear, and I hope South African government will listen and obey that. Even if Nigerian government are trying to rope them in, force them so that they will, they will make a mistake. This is a very big mistake South Africa's government or army will do if they ever try that to fight Biafran people that are fighting for their freedom. This will be a very great big mistake they will do. They should not even try that. Nigeria government terrorist states are now trying to put some countries in their mistakes, because South Africa, if they do that, they will regret it. They will later regret this. Nigerian government, terrorist government are looking for countries they will join force, and they will later on blame for their mistakes. So South Africa, don't even try to do this. The Nigerian government are coming with their promises. Whether they have promised you, government, that they will give you millions of naira or dollars or whatever, you should not do that. You should obey the right for freedom of people. Likewise, when you were fighting for your freedom, so you should not sign any agreement, any tie with the Nigeria Zoo terrorist government. They are buying innocent Biafrans in Biafra land. They are destroying because the Biafran people are seeking to exit. Biafrans want to be free. Biafrans want to be on their own, govern themselves, do things without even taking order from any government, like the ones we have in Nigeria, Zoo country. So I think a word is enough for the wise. If South Africans go ahead to do this, not only will they destroy their own reputation, but they will also destroy their own army, because the woto that they will be coming for them is something they will never get out of it. Like Prime Minister has promised them, as they try to do that, to enter Biafra land, to work with the Zoo terrorist army, Agebu and Manala back to South Africa, like the way the Zoo terrorists are being carried back to where they're coming from. So we're gonna stop here. Please share this so that it will get to South African government and they will do something to stop this.